In 1975, Lee Trevino was hit by lightning during a golf game. He had already beaten the best players in the world. He had won big trophies. But after that day, everything changed. One moment of bad weather changed his life forever. He was never the same again. This is the true story of what happened before and after the strike. Lee Buck Trevino was born on the 1st of December, 1939 in Garland, Texas. He was raised by his mother and grandfather and never met his father. His early life was shaped by poverty. He dropped out of school at the age of 14 and began working to support his family. Trevino started as a caddy at the Dallas Athletic Club, where he earned about $30 a week. He would later credit those early years swinging bottle caps with sticks for giving him the unconventional swing that made him famous. At age 17, he joined the United States Marine Corps and served as a machine gunner for 4 years. While stationed with the Marines, he played golf during off hours and in base tournaments. These competitions were his first experiences with organized golf. He was honorably discharged in 1960. Trevino turned professional that same year. In 1968, he shocked the golfing world by winning the U.S. Open at Oak Hill. He posted 4 rounds under 76, 968, 6969, a feat never before accomplished in the U.S. Open. That victory earned him PGA Rookie of the Year. By 1971, he had captured the U.S. Open again, as well as the Canadian Open and the Open Championship, all in a span of just 3 weeks. He became the first golfer to win those 3 titles in the same season. He followed that with another Open Championship in 1972 and the PGA Championship in 1974. He was the PGA Player of the Year in 1971 and led the PGA Tour money list in 1970. Known for his unorthodox swing and magnetic personality, Trevino defied the expectations of the golf elite. He was a working-class Mexican-American in a sport dominated by country club traditions. By the mid-1972nd, he had accumulated more than 20 PGA Tour wins and had solidified his place among golf's most dominant figures. His influence extended beyond the scorecard. Trevino brought new audiences to golf, inspiring young Latino athletes who had never before seen themselves in the sport's spotlight. Despite his success, Trevino chose not to play in the Masters tournament in 1970, 1971, and 1974. Publicly, he said, "I'm never going to play there again. They can invite me all they want, but I'm not going back. It's just not my type, of course." The real reason was more personal. Trevino had a falling out with Augusta National co-founder and chairman Clifford Roberts. The dispute centered around access to clubhouse tickets and the treatment he received as a player. On the Subpar podcast, Trevino stated, "Me and Cliff Roberts didn't get along. My problem was with Cliff Roberts." He described an incident where he confronted Roberts after being denied clubhouse access. Trevino said, "I got in his face. From that day, I had a bad taste in my mouth." We never spoke again. For years, Trevino would change his shoes in the parking lot rather than enter the clubhouse. He later admitted the decision to skip Augusta was a mistake. "I tried to cover it up by saying the course did not fit my game, but it was him. He was not a nice person," Trevino told the Times. He called his Augusta boycott the greatest mistake I've made in my career. Despite his later success, the absence of a Masters title would always haunt his legacy. Even when he did return, the magic eluded him. He played Augusta 13 times but never finished better than 10th. Each appearance was met with speculation. Could he finally break through? Was the course still in his head? In interviews, he acknowledged the mental barrier. Augusta wasn't just a course, it was a symbol of the one decision he could never undo. On the 14th of June, 1975 at the Western Open near Chicago, Trevino was struck by lightning. A thunderstorm rolled in while he and Jerry Hurd were on the course. They were both hit by a lightning bolt near the 13th hole. Trevino was knocked unconscious and suffered burns on his back. He would later say, "The electricity stopped my heart." The strike damaged Trevino's spine. He lost a disc, tore ligaments, and underwent surgery. The injury left him with chronic back pain for the rest of his career. Doctors told him that the type of damage he sustained was normally only seen in autopsies. Trevino later joked about the event, saying, "I said I'd hold a 1-iron to the sky because even God can't hit a 1-iron, but in interviews he acknowledged its deeper impact. It helped me more than it hurt me," he said. "I wasn't doing the right thing and my life was going backwards." Despite the injury, he returned to the PGA Tour and in 1984 won the PGA Championship at age 44. He became the first golfer in that event's history to shoot all 4 rounds under 70, but his physical condition was never the same. He often played through intense pain, receiving treatments before and after rounds. His resilience became part of his legend. Trevino's personal life was turbulent. He married 3 times and had 6 children. His first marriage, to Linda Trevino, lasted only 1 year. He then married Claudia Fenley in 1964 and had 4 children with her. They divorced in 1983. Later that year, he married Claudia Bove and had 2 more children. Trevino often joked about his failed marriages. "My ex-wives are so rich, neither of their husbands work," he once said. But behind the humor was strain. He spent much of his career traveling and away from family. He later expressed regret about the time missed. "If I could do anything over, I would have taken more quality time with them for sure." His family life, like his game, was shaped by discipline and improvisation. He never had a swing coach. He never took parenting classes. He figured it out as he went, sometimes failing, sometimes adjusting, but I'm always trying to improve. When Trevino turned 50, he joined the Senior PGA Tour. He quickly became its most successful player. In 1990, he became the first senior golfer to earn over $1 million in a season. He won 4 senior majors and topped the money list in both 1990 and 1992. In 1994, he won 6 times and earned over $1.2 million. He used his earnings and platform for philanthropy. He established scholarships for Latino students and donated to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. He remained a fan favorite, drawing large crowds and building a new generation of supporters known as Lee's Fleas. Yet the Augusta question lingered. "It was my fault. I lost my cool," Trevino said. "I never should have let it get personal." But it did. In later interviews, he praised Augusta National as the 8th wonder of the world and attended events there as a guest. Though he never won the Masters, Trevino's place in history is secure. He won 92 tournaments worldwide, including 6 major championships. His swing, his smile, and his story reshaped golf's cultural boundaries. And though he carried regret, he also carried lessons etched in lightning, silence, and second chances. Lee Trevino lives in Dallas. He remains active at 85, working out daily and mentoring young golfers. He continues to reflect on the choices that shaped him. His career wasn't perfect. Even now, Trevino's perspective on golf and on life feels different from almost anyone who's ever held a club. He never cared for the trappings of country club politics or the prestige of being accepted into the sport's upper crust. For him, golf was never about the perfect swing. It was about figuring out how to win with the swing you had. He turned disadvantages into weapons, both in life and on the course. That mindset still fuels his conversations today. When he speaks to young players, he rarely talks about technique. Instead, he talks about resilience, about ignoring the noise, and about finding your own way through a game and a life. One major escaped him, but his legacy stands on grit, honesty, and a voice that finally spoke. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more true stories from the world of sports. These aren't just games, they're battles, decisions, and defining moments. Share this video to keep Lee Trevino's story alive for the next generation of athletes and dreamers.